A judge is a presiding officer appointed to the Superior Court of South Africa in terms of the Constitution, who is, among other things, expected to uphold the independence and integrity of the judiciary, a key feature of strengthening the rule of law. But like all professions, despite the high expectations of a judge, they can be fallible and are not above reproach. The Judicial Service Commission is tasked with probing complaints of misconduct against judges, but for some time has seen cracks in the exercise of its mandate. The Supreme Court of Appeal ruling on its handing of the case of now impeached retired Judge Nkola Mutata exposed this failure.
It is also that the JSC has failed to deal properly with judges that misbehave, not because of the legal rules that are tricky, but because they are unwilling to deal with sufficient firmness with judges that have stepped out of line and unfitted themselves for judicial office.
South Africa has since seen the first impeachment of judges since the dawn of democracy, that of Western Cape Judge President John Hlophe and retired Judge Nkola Mutata, a journey that took over a decade. This indicates that complaints aren't a sudden phenomenon, but rather that the flaws have been detected in the process of holding a judge accountable.
To focus on the mechanisms and the procedures internally within the Judicial Service Commission to ensure that the complaints against judges are dealt with speedily, with full regard to a fair process. But it cannot take as long as this, and it should not take as long as this for complaints against judges.
This is where a Judicial Conduct Tribunal becomes crucial. A tribunal is essentially a body which looks at impeachable conduct by investigating the allegations against the affected judge. There are quite a number of judges appearing before tribunals at this stage, namely suspended Judge Tinswalo Nana Makubele, who is being probed over allegations that she was both a judge and chair of a state-owned entity board, PRASA. Top judge of the Eastern Cape, Judge President Salbi Mbenenge, is expected to face a tribunal over allegations of sexual harassment. This is the first for a complaint of this nature. Lastly, the JCC recently made a recommendation to the JSC that Gauteng Judge President Dunstan Lambo should be probed over an allegation that he lied to the Justice Minister and Parliament over a dispute with a KwaZulu-Natal advocate, ushering in a new era of accountability and a vindication of the Constitution as judicial watchdog Judges Matter previously articulated.
It's that the Constitution in South Africa is working, and it seems to be working on a daily basis. There is a level of accountability even for judges, which hasn't happened in a long time.
Once a judge is removed from office, they lose the title, status, and benefits attached to the office of a judge. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Johannesburg.